how do we use our own culture to put in place leadership and communication that's going to allow us to not just survive, but grow. Not just survive, guys. We're not trying to get through by the day and say, whew. We're trying to be sure of how our tomorrow is today. You get what I mean? We're trying to grow. We can't wait for tomorrow for us to plan tomorrow. We have to plan all our tomorrows today, and we have to be sure of those tomorrows. The only thing that we're not sure of is whether we'll be alive or not, because that belongs to God. Everything belongs to God. That's all right. But that's the ultimate mystery. We don't know when we're parking, but until then, we're supposed to live as if we're here forever, right? By the magnitude of the hope we're planning into our tomorrow. But that's going to come from here, from what we're doing today. Everything we're doing today is driven by leadership and communication. Leadership being the ultimate umbrella. And leadership is not necessarily you. Leadership is far from the meaning, as people know it, of you're leading people. Leadership is 100% the sense of responsibility. If you have a sense of responsibility, you don't need to be given a group of people to lead for you to prove. Your sense of responsibility is your mark of leadership. And we're going to get into it, right? So a colleague of ours, Tom, once put up a statement in our Specifics hub. Specifics is our creative hub where we just create concepts and designs and drop them there for ourselves and the external partners. And he mentioned in one of those releases and said that make a team so strong that anyone can be the leader. Leadership is not individual person. Leadership is structure. So you make a team so strong that anybody can be the leader. That's it. You know, that's the coalition team, and that's exactly CTA Space. We are lean. We don't need to bloat up the team. We're working with only talent that has the skill we need and also the leadership we need. Skill alone is not enough. In fact, skill is not enough at all. If you think you have skill and you have everything, you're very wrong. And I will correct you right now. Skill is not enough. Skill needs leadership. Skill needs your leadership, your sense of responsibility to guide it. All right? A team of skilled people without leadership, without a bond within the players, but all of them are skilled, they're not going to win any trophy. Not even a match, if I may talk soccer. Soccer is my game, right? But a team of, members that are not really so skilled, but they are together. They will work together and they will deliver everything. So imagine it's working together and then skill. Now, those are the Barcelonas, Real Madrids, and Chelsea, where there's real skill and there's real teamwork. And then you can see real trophies come out. I'm sorry, the Arsenal fans who think one Premier League after 35. Okay, this training, in as much as it's centered around leadership, is to show us how that leadership is going to bring teamwork, creativity, relations, both external and internal, and then ultimately, all these things come together. They will give us what we need, which is the growth of our business. Our business must grow. Growth is in the future. Growth is where we plant the seed of hope. Growth is where you, Madam Business Development Manager, that's where we need you so much, because everything you're doing for us here is such that we're securing business for tomorrow. So you're not going to do this without proper leadership skills here, without knowing how to handle yourself, your talent, and your resource. You have everything you need to deliver this, but you need the control. You need the leadership that will now take you there. Like I said, talent alone is not enough. You will not win any trophy. You will need your team, and you will need strategy, of course, But even with strategy, if you're not working together as a team with proper leadership, again, it's a dead end. And it's promised you will not go anywhere. This is a very important training, therefore. Can we ascertain that it's important up to that point? Yes. We are a continuously improving organization. That means we are continuously growing. If we are continuously growing, then leadership is our spine. We know that for sure, that we're not going to grow without leadership. So let's get into it. What are we looking at? Leadership starts with us. What does this statement mean? The word us means me, because me and you are speaking as a group. But when I say leadership starts with us, it means it starts with me. I need to get out of my comfort zone and take lead without being sent there. I don't need anybody to tell me what I need to do when it's quite obvious in front of me I need to do it. That's leadership. That statement, that context doesn't involve anybody else apart from you. So move away from thinking leadership means I'm controlling some people. Move away from that thought 100%. Leadership means I have decided to do this. All right? Whatever it is that you've decided to do, I have decided to do this. That is leadership. All right? So if you say, I have decided to do it, then go ahead and do it successfully. If you don't do it, if you don't aim at doing it successfully, then you're wasting your decision and your time. So, two things then. Through leadership, if you take the stance and say, it starts with me, you're allowing yourself to build a strong team that's obviously going to come through better communication. We can't be here together and think we're going to manage to work together without communication. There's no other way we work together other than through communication. It's 100% through communication. There's no other way we work together. Is there? Is there? There's no other way we work together apart from through communication. It's as obvious as that, but we forget. Not so. So, make sure that your communication as a leader, make sure that the communication you have with you and the resources you're going to work with, especially people, that you have perfect and effective communication with them. Then the second one is that you are to create a culture that's going to help you prosper because you're working with people. So it's a culture that's going to be filled with respect for each other, trust for one another, and therefore, ultimately, collaboration, because you're not going to do it alone. What's assured is that there's no single task on earth that you're going to do alone. You're going to work with people. So collaboration, the word collaboration is a key word. You're only going to collaborate with people that you trust and trust you. Imagine that, working with people with whom you don't have trust. Is that going to go anywhere? Obviously not. And respect is important because everybody is a professional. Everybody is in their own journey trying to figure their life out. So you have to come from a place of respecting them in their struggle and yours in yours to say, you know what? The way things are important to me in my personal space is the way things are important to my colleague in their personal space. I will respect them. And you should also expect respect in return because you're also serious and focused on your part of the journey. So respect and trust is going to bring the collaboration you need with your people as a leader. Remember, you're starting this thought as a leader, as the person who decided that, you know what, I'm Nelly and I'm going to be the guy that shoots videos around CTA. That's leadership. That thought is leadership. And that's the dream. The rest is to keep improving yourself and your job at CTA in that regard. You're not going to do it without these 2 points. All right. These 2 points are everything you need in leadership: to have a mentality of growth through communication, and to have the mentality of collaboration through respect and trust for one another. All right. Leadership and communication is key because it's going to point us at where we need to improve technically, and it's also going to help us where we need to improve socially. All of us should be able to understand what leadership looks like at every level. All right? I'm very sure most of us came with the mentality that leadership means authority and hierarchy and I'm the boss. No. If there's a thing like that, the authority, the dominance and all of that's cheap. Not as a leader. At any level, remember, create a team where anybody can be the leader. Tom said that. I believed it because CTA is exactly like that. So at the end of this session, at any level, we all need to understand what leadership is. It's not hierarchy, it's not authority, it's responsibility. What's leadership?
The collaboration.
Yes, trust, respect, and collaboration. Leadership is when you instill that in your people. Sense of responsibility, ownership. Don't blame. Leaders don't blame, even when it's your subordinate's mess. It's that sense of ownership. So we'll understand that by the end of this training, and then we'll understand how to communicate professionally during difficult conversations. Because over time, anyway, you develop the knack of patience, of how, to just deal with difficult and seemingly stagnated conversations that might seem to be frustrating you, and then you get the best out of them. Most of the time, if you don't have the patience that the leader must have, you tap out of a conversation and say, you know what, that's a failed sale, man. Let me just pack my stuff and go. You're going to meet so many difficult clients that are making your life a living hell, and you just want to say, you know what, and you start blaming them. Yours is to learn how to deal with them. If you have a person that speaks over you all the time, how do you deal with them without you turning your back on that sale? We're going to learn how to manage disagreements because every day we're going to be facing those. You're going to face a lot of rejections, a lot of challenges and pushbacks. Are you going to look at it constructively and positively such that you manage it to your end and nothing between me is broken, nothing is personal? At the end of this, we're going to learn how to build trust across each other's departments because we are interdepartmental in our operations. There's the creative department, there's a sales department, there's an executions department. All these departments must work together in harmony. If you have a shoot Nelly, but you don't have a good way to talk to Gloria, see how the whole company is suffering? It could just simply be you don't know how to speak to her. It's nothing personal, but you don't know how to speak to Gloria. At the end of the day, we have to build the trust. You need to know that Gloria trusts you. She also needs to know that you trust her. Trust is number one. Are you going to be able to perform the function that I trust you to help me perform? Then number two, are you going to be truthful? All right. So Gloria trusts that the budget you've sent her is actually truthful. You're not trying to put in extra money. So she doesn't have to question you. And then she also trusts that you are the best out there with a camera. That's trust. Those are the two things. You're going to produce the work and you're not going to damage the work, right? Positive workplace culture. A workplace must be a positive place at all time because it's a place for no emotions. It's a scientific place. People at a workplace all agree in the same thing. They agree in that vision that they're working on. They agree on the goals that they've set. They keep meeting every Monday to align on the same goals. Why must they not agree? That continuous positive interpersonal flow is what's going to yield a positive work culture. This is good for you. The key message here is that leadership is not about position. What's it about?
Influence.
Leadership is about influence. And you're not going to gain influence by putting a gun to people's heads. You're going to gain influence by, first of all, earning people's respect. There's no way you're going to earn people's respect without you respecting people. I promise you that. So, the first thing that I would tell you that if you want people's influence, give people their respect. Show them that you can be trusted and you can be respected and you are easy to collaborate with. The very things that we've talked about. Also show them that you're focused on growth and you're here to talk and listen, to communicate effectively. I'm telling you the real leadership traits in the first 2 points that I showed you. The first one being that you're focused on growth, all right? And therefore, you are available to listen, and you're also available to advise and talk. That's communication. The second one is that you can be respected, you can be trusted, and you can be collaborated with. You can work. You are easy to work with. Show your people that, and then you'll earn the influence you need to earn. I know that I have influence on each one of you, but I didn't put a gun on anyone. And you all know that I respect you. If anybody here feels I don't respect them, put up your hand. There are no consequences to this. It's just to understand. Okay? Yeah, so let's understand leadership is everyone's responsibility. Now, when I say we are a lean team, we're just a few people here doing a multitude of tasks, all of us. Every 2 tasks you have your ops and then your AM, your BDM and then your AM as well. Your GM and then your you are BDM and then you're also media. Everybody's got different tasks here and there. I'm strategy and I'm MD. So we're not going to be hiring people when we can do the job, all right? When we can work optimally to achieve what we want and stay lean and be able to control ourselves better using the Toyota production systems, the lean production system. It's the same thing here. Because of that, we don't have a choice but to take the responsibility of leadership upon ourselves individually. All right? The moment you are part of CTA, then know you're a leader. Just know that, because anytime you can be picked for a responsibility, and anytime you're expected to represent us externally as well. All right? And remember, this is a group where anyone can lead. So leadership is demonstrated through these ways. We've already uttered what respect brings, right? We've already mentioned what accountability brings, right? When you say ownership, what exactly are you talking about? Accountability. All right? We talked about listening. Isn't this a good trait in communication trait? Most of the time, the people want you to finish talking such that they talk instead of listening. That's not leadership. You're not listening, because you already know what you want to say. As a leader, you need more information to be able to function. That information is going to come from people outside of yourself. You're not going to give yourself the information you need because you already have it. So why are you fighting to talk when someone else is talking? Listen, let them talk, and then assess it and see, is it valuable information or not? Because as the leader who allows information to come to you, you already know what information is going to be valuable and what's not going to be. But the only way you can do that is to first listen every single time. You'll notice that even within myself, most of the time when you interrupt me, I pause and listen. And then I see if what you're interrupting with is relevant, then I'm quick to dismiss you, I'm sorry. But I will listen first. So that's what I'm asking that you do. Integrity. How are you going to be trusted without integrity? And you cannot pretend with integrity. Even if you try, it's only a matter of time, and it's always soon you'll be caught. You have to be true to yourself. You have to trust yourself in the mirror. All right? Then emotional maturity. We can't act like children because a child needs a lot of life grooming for them to find the test of life. But by the time you're here, you've been tested enough by life to know that you must exude empathy, all right? You have to be empathetic to other people if you really, really want to control your emotional engagement with other people, all right? So emotional maturity is required in our leadership trends. Solution-oriented thinking, all right? Don't go into an argument to win it. You're not there to debate and win a debate as a leader. You're focused on solving the problem. So the person you're talking to might have the solution, but you're not bringing yourself to the stage of understanding it because you're focused in the argument. You're locked into the argument. But if you're solution oriented, if you're solution focused, you'll try and work with people in their ideas until you come to the solution of whatever it is that's bringing problems. So as an agency, our culture is ours to show, to create and reflect. Then whether it's with colleagues or it's with clients. But that culture is 100% people